Okay, good morning, everybody, for Wednesday, the 19th of April. High pressure is anchored, use the word anchored, over the top of the country at the moment. And with that, it's continuing to give us a fairly heavy easterly influence. That easterly influence just changing a little bit. I think a bit more east in the wind today rather than north. But needless to say, it is still relatively brisk. But yeah, probably a little bit less turbulent than yesterday. Nothing too significant in the way of fronts. There's still a lot of moisture around, and as you can see, this trough line, which was painted at around midnight last night, is sort of passed through. And I think we're just left with some scuddy low cloud, but a continually improving picture as we go on. And into tomorrow, very similar, with again similar strength winds. Before potentially a little bit more frontal on Friday. No great soaring conditions sort of visible in the immediate future, but it's not unflyable either. Winds at heights, well, looking somewhere between 25 to 30 knots from the east. That is generally fairly constant across the map here. And the satellite picture of the UK, well, the first thing you notice is there's plenty of good wave between North Wales and Ireland. I do wonder if it's probably a little bit too cloudy for Chris out of Denbigh to go and fly a glider to and from Wales and Ireland and back, but I do know it is something that may one day happen. Looking into our area, you can see we've got this scuddy low cloud over the top of us. This area, probably just moving our way, a bit clearer air just south of Gatwick. The typical North Sea air just south off the coast of East Anglia and Kent. But yeah, I think we're going to be continuing to see the sun come out as we go through. Your public forecast then for today shows a top temperature of 14 degrees. Won't always feel like that. Easterlies always are a bit of a yucky direction. Steadily increasing wind as we go through the day, starting off sort of moderate, maybe a bit strong in the afternoon, and cloud base starting to go up as well. Bit misty and murky first thing, but very quickly lifting to much brighter conditions, as you can see. Visibility outside of the murk should be relatively good in the afternoon, though nothing too spectacular. It is a high pressure system, so it is going to appear a little bit hazy. And it looks like a clear night overnight before another nice day tomorrow with a bit more north in the wind again. GFS shows it probably a degree lower or so at about 12 to 13, and a dew point today of around 7 degrees. Currently at Odium, they're reporting broken at 900 and broken at 6,700 feet. Well, that's very useful to us. You can see here how the TAFs go through what's likely. It is going to get a bit breezier this afternoon, so we'll have to keep that in mind. But as we look at the forecast from Farnborough, scattered at 1100 from just 15 minutes ago, and they're sort of saying that it's going to lift relatively quickly. Picture outside at the moment then, well, it's sort of a bit changeable currently, but blue sky on the whole, but with a lot of low cloud around and mist initially. But that will continue to improve with a temperature currently of 8 degrees and a dew point of 6. Soaring wise, not too much in the way of that, but it has still been a bit unstable underneath these layers in the last couple of days. So looking at this around lunchtime, we're getting cloud bases of around 2,500 to 3,000 feet into the afternoon, maybe some weak thermals up to 3,000 feet above sight, maybe 3.5 later in the day, and a much brighter evening than we had yesterday. So continually improving is what I'd say is the mantra for today. And as we look through this morning's forecast, yeah, lots of cloud first thing, and then at lunchtime starts to break up into a more sort of soarable cloud and a much brighter evening, as I just said. Site forecast then, as you can see, weak thermals, yeah, easterly wind. Freezing level today is sat at around sort of 5,500 feet or so. So yeah, it will be a little bit chilly still, and it's still certainly coat weather, but maybe you can take the thermals off now. Other than that, nothing too much the way, no cross-country potential today, but at least it's flyable. Airspace wise, Salisbury Plain danger area is very active at the moment. So just be aware of that. Everley is active up to 4,000 feet in particular today. That's the danger area just to the east of Uphaven. So keep an eye for that. 26 and 23, I think 23 is a helicopter air display. That's very kind of them to, yeah, all day for all of that time. Basically, Abingdon's got either article dropping or some helicopter stuff going on. So best to just keep out of the way of Abingdon if you can at the moment. Potential parachuting at Brize Norton. We're monitoring that because we haven't seen too much parachute activity there. And but there is parachute dropping today as well at Little Risington, up to 12,000 feet. A circle of around 5 nautical miles over the top of there. But I don't think that will be too much of an issue today. Also, some things to bear in mind. I will brief this through probably the rest of the week and into next week. We've become aware that there's potentially a small deployment of RAF Typhoons at Benson. I don't have a lot of information at the moment, but it does mean that in this area or in the Benson area or pretty much anywhere in the south, so very specific, isn't it? You may see fast jet activity. It is not completely implausible that they could come out and do some training at Odium as well. So yeah, if you see something moving really fast and it's got lots of missiles on it, don't antagonize it. Good. Usual stuff going on at Old Warden, but you won't want to, don't need to worry about that. So I think really today, looking at the weather, I think we should have a reasonable cloud-based ferry towing and trial lessons from about 11. Before that, a little bit murky. But yeah, nice training day. We'll see you out there. Bye for now. And no jet movements as of yet. Potentially one at around sort of 3 o'clock or so, with some Navajo movements intermixed with that. But we'll just have to see. Operationally today, we are 09. Same as we were yesterday. Gliders on the grass. Air towing on the runway. There, cables probably coming down the edge here. We are having to use steel cable at the moment because we're troubleshooting some issues with the winches. That's why we have plenty of resilience here at Lasham. So excellent. Okay, we'll see you out there shortly. Bye for now.